The first Wednesday of the month in Madrid and the traditional changing of the guard ceremony at the Royal Palace. Meanwhile, on day 4 of the Mutua Madrid Open at the nearby Caja Magica, 4 of the ATP Tour's tennis royalty were in action, including reigning champion and home hero Rafa Nadal. Would it be the King of Clay's year again, or would there be a changing of the guard on Madrid's famous clay courts as well? It would become quite a day in the Spanish capital. Roger Federer opened his bid for a 4th Madrid crown against rising star Nick Kyrgios, the 20-year-old Aussie, on his debut in this prestigious tournament. This would become a fascinating clash between one of the sport's established greats and an undoubted star of tomorrow. Federer recovering from an early break to force a first-set tiebreak.
Oh, beautifully done. The amount of spin on that drop shot there, it worked perfectly, didn't it?
The number 1 seed saw out the opener, but his young Aussie rival is made of tough stuff. Fighting back from his own break of serve in the second, Kyrgios was showing just as much imagination as the man across the net.
Exquisite. Oh, well, he's done so well there, Kyrgios.
The world number 35 would win this second set breaker. This one would go the distance. Inevitably, it would be another breaker to decide this incredible contest, and it would be a thriller.
Oh, he pays the price, does Federer.
Both players missed multiple match points. It would literally come down to who could win 2 points in a row, and it was Kyrgios who finally emerged on the verge of one of the greatest moments of his young career.
He's done it. What a win for Nick Kyrgios in his first ever meeting with Roger Federer.
I definitely knew from the start that I could make an impact in the match, and I thought I served really well. And you know, I got a bit of luck, and I took my chances, and I won the match.
He likes the big stage, you know, and he's got nothing to lose. He's got no fear, and he's got a great game. So he can rely on his serve so much that it keeps him in the match, regardless of how he plays from the baseline. It's one of those matches, but no doubt about it, it was impressive.
Rafa Nadal hasn't been at his imperious best in recent months, but the 4-time Madrid champion still represented a formidable obstacle for American world number 54, Steve Johnson. Much has been written about Rafa's recent decline, but an early break to the good. This was a confident-looking Nadal in the early exchanges. And it wasn't just fancy footwork on display. The Spaniard's unerring strength had his rival on the ropes. This was a Nadal back to his dominant best. With the American floundering, there was no coming back. Rafa's defense of his title up and running. Final score 6-4, 6-3. Andy Murray would line up against Philipp Kohlschreiber for the second time in 3 days, after defeating the German in Munich for his first ever clay court title on Monday. And this was another entertaining clash, Murray taking the first set, but Kohlschreiber with the early breakthrough in the second.
What a rally.
The German forcing a decider, but from there it was all Murray. The third set taken without reply, with the match finishing at 3 a.m.
It's another superb dig from Murray. He's done well there. It's Murray who's finished the stronger of the two.
Nishikori arrived in Madrid seeking more Spanish success, having won in Barcelona the week before, and was in control early on against Belgium's David Goffin. The world number 21 fought back to force a nervy finale, but it was the Japanese star who prevailed. Nishikori through in 3 sets. 2 times a semi-finalist in Madrid, David Ferrer faced his compatriot Albert Ramos Vinola in the round of 32 here for the second year in a row. In 2014, the match was a tough 3-setter, but this was a much more one-sided affair. Ferrer increasingly dominant as the contest progressed. 6-4, 6-love, the final score. And Ferrer will play a fellow Spaniard in the third round as well, after Fernando Verdasco completed a memorable comeback for the second successive match. The Madrid local using home support to good effect in his battling 3-set victory over world number 10 Marin Cilic. And so we move on to round 3 at the Caja Magica, with a packed schedule of all 8 matches in the schedule on Thursday. The pressure is building at the Mutua Madrid Open.